Hey guys, here's March's workouts for you because we all know sometimes I name things a little off from the actual workout name, but these are going to be our plank leg raises in the high plank position. If you need to go down on your forearms, feel free. You can modify any of these workouts so you feel the most comfortable. After this, we're going to go down into our hollow hold to crunch, making sure that our core is engaged and reaching all the way above your head. Crunch it out. Everything this month is core focused. Next, we're going to go into our plank up downs. I'm going to show you the original version and the modified version. You really want to make sure that you are keeping your core tight and your butt down as far as possible. So when you go down to your knees, I always cross my ankles so I'm not swinging from side to side. Here we're going to do our frog ups. Alternating squatting out and squatting in. Next are everybody's favorites. Here I was contemplating if I grab the right weights. Tilt, warrior tilts. I very quickly realized that I should have grabbed the 2-pound weights, which I switch over to when we switch sides. You always want to make sure that you do whatever you're doing on both sides unless you have an injury or you are incapable of doing it. Body balance is so important. Next, we're going to do the cross body crunch. Keeping that core engaged and pulling your knee up, your arms down. Switching sides. We can head down to the floor. We're gonna do some bridges. I like to weight these. A lot of times I will use my 15-pound weight, but here we're using the 8. You're just pushing all the way to the ceiling behind you, really engaging that core and pausing at the top, making sure that all those muscles are engaged. Next, these are the side plank pulls. You can use your leg if you would like for leverage, but you really want to just swing up and swing down. And you should feel it all the way through your side. If you need to put your hand down, like I just had it in front of me for a little extra help while you're building those core muscles, please do so. You have to keep in mind when you're doing any core workout that you do not want to hurt your core. So if you have some tension and you're somewhat sore, that's okay. But if it hurts, please modify it. These Russian twists are everybody's favorite. Axe throws are my favorite thing. So I started doing these when Quinley wanted to be bounced around, keeping your legs straight, nice and tight, keeping your back nice and flat. But it's really just pulling down and then all the way back up. Now we're gonna do some good mornings. Keeping your back flat, shoulders square. You're sitting in a squat and hinging at your hips, opening all the way up at the top. Squat twists. These are new this month for our Coached by Brie clients. They engage everything. They hurt in a good way. These are our bent forward flies. Most of you have done these with me if you've ever done a workout with me. Squeezing those shoulder blades, then switch over to your rows. Jumping jacks, because they're everybody's favorite, right? And because women hold their stress in their hips, this one not only targets your core, but it opens up your hips as well to release some of that stress because we all know we need it. Keep your core engaged. These are our controlled burpees. They are, I thought, a little bit easier than regular burpees. However, I was very wrong, and we found that out when we did our workout this morning. Really reach out when you go to that far end. I know my camera angle cuts it off. These are our snatch and presses. One solid movement to the top with that pause right at your collarbone. Shoulder presses. These are the pulse version. So I am using a lighter weight and just pulsing through, not fully extending and not fully coming down. 90-degree in and outs, keeping your core engaged. I'm going to talk about it here in a second. So when you are just squatting, standing normal, this is your normal body. Pull that core in. So squat, bring that spine straight, pelvic forward, and that belly button to your spine. That engages everything head to toe while you're doing all of these motions. I really love doing good mornings with a fully engaged core. Take a breath. If you're doing this with me as a workout right now, even though this is a demonstration video, this was the best 15 minutes of my life. These are your bent forward lateral raises. Now we're doing regular side lateral raises. These are great for that shoulder cap that everybody loves in the summer or forever. Praying crunches, keep your back straight, core engaged, hinging at the hips. Now we're doing, if you guys remember the man eaters from last month, if not, we'll revisit that again. But sit in that V-sit hold and do shoulder presses and that 90-degree in and out. Next, we're going to go back on our back. Overhead crunches. So a lot of people call these V-ups. We are just holding our core tight and keeping our shoulders slightly off the floor. I know you can't see it, but bringing our hands to our legs. Push-ups, modified push-ups. Your elbow should be going backwards, not out. That's really important. Shoulder taps. Make sure not to swing too hard side to side. You should be putting all of your weight on that arm that is down and then picking up your other arm to hit your shoulder. Go ahead and grab your weights, guys. Here we go. These are our curl marches. Really make sure that you are using that hip hinge to pull those knees up to your core. Plank side to sides are going to be targeting everybody's least favorite body part. You can do these in a high plank position or a low plank position, but don't twist your spine. You're just going side to side with your hips. Here's our dead bugs with extensions. Everybody loves our dead bugs with extensions. This is a deep core exercise, great for that postpartum rebuilding, putting everything back together. My hands are straight above my head. Again, I apologize about the camera angle. I promise I'll get better. Bicycles, same kind of concept, but we're pulling our shoulders off the ground. Take a second to breathe, right? Plank jacks. These are new this month, and they feel phenomenal. Bear pose, we're going to crunch and rock. Crunch and rock. You're on your tiptoes, and you're holding that high plank position. Regroup for a second. Make sure I'm going down the list correctly. Scissor kicks, pretty basic here. You can place your hands under your butt if you need a little bit more assistance. So here's your bear pose extensions. They're basically donkey kicks in a bear pose on your tiptoes. Just gives a little bit more resistance. Deep squat good mornings. Probably my all-time favorite workout. Your good morning is not as big of a range of motion, but they feel really good in a really sore kind of way. Donkey kicks, these are a staple in all Coached by Bree workouts. Next, we're going to go into the fire hydrants, which are also another staple in all Coached by Bree workouts, simply because my main mission when I started Coached by Bree was not only to have a safe place for moms that have chaotic lives, but I wanted to prove that we could build a butt at home with our workouts. And boy, have we ever done that over the last few months. So here are your laying flies. When I asked our previous clients what their favorites were. This was clear across the board, everybody's favorite move. Now we're going to do some banded leg raises to the front, the side, and the back. If you don't have resistance bands, you guys, you can get them for very cheap on Amazon, and I don't get paid to say that. They're just a great tool to have, as well as those 2-pound and 8-pound weights. However, if you're anything like me, when you first start out, I used my gallon water jug as my weight, and it was perfect. Just enough resistance. Sumo squats. We're gonna pulse here, not going all the way up, not going all the way down, but really getting that deep, deep squat. And that's it. Happy March.